it's MegaMan TCG here. We've got a special video for you today. We're going to be doing a little something different. We're not going to be doing a deck profile like we usually do. We're actually going to be doing a set analysis. We're going to be doing the power-up set, which is the first set of the MegaMan TCG. I'm going to show you what you should be looking for if you're going to be opening boxes and collecting cards. I'm going to show you what you should be looking for in terms of commons, rares, supers, and ultra rares, and also secret rares. So we're going to start looking at all the cards you can possibly get in this set in the first half of the video, and then on the second half of the video, we're going to do a box opening and just show you what that looks like in terms of the experience. So we've got a little box here we're going to be cracking open. But first, we're going to look at all the cards so we have a sense of what we're looking for. Maybe you're new to the game, you're not sure what you should be looking for, what's like worth putting aside and what's not really going to be useful. So I'm going to help clear that up for you in today's video. And yeah, so we'll start with that, and then we'll get into the box opening in the second half of the video. Before we get started, I'm going to ask that you please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video, leave a comment if you have any questions or if you have any suggestions or anything you'd like for me to cover. Maybe you have some feedback, maybe there's a little something I forgot to do you'd like to see in a future video. All of that stuff is your way of showing support for the channel and letting me know you appreciate this MegaMan TCG content and that you would like to see me do more of it. I also have a Buy Me a Coffee link where you can send donations as little as $1. It was $5 previously. I've changed that to make it a little easier for you. So if you'd like to show your support that way, again, really appreciate it. It's your way of signaling that you like this content, you support it, and you like to see me make more videos and keep the thing going for you and everybody else. So with all that said and done, let's jump into it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start with like the easiest cards you can get with this sort of wave of cards. And we're going to move our way to the hardest cards to get, right? So we'll start with the starter deck cards. They're not technically part of the power-up set, but because they're kind of released at the same time, they kind of, they're part of that wave, that family. So we'll cover them just to give you a full sense of what to expect with the first wave of what was introduced into the card game. So these are our starter deck cards. We're going to take a look. Obviously, we've got a MegaMan starter deck, and we've got a Torchman starter deck. So these are the two starter decks you could start the game with that were first introduced into the game. So MegaMan, when you buy the starter deck, you get obviously his Net Navi card, and you get these three super rares. You get two of these, I believe, but you get two of his emblem cards in foil. These also show up as rares in the power-up set, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. But, if you want to play MegaMan and get multiple copies of his emblem cards, you could definitely do that through the packs by getting the non-foil rare version of these cards, these two cards. But otherwise, you could always just buy 4 starters if you're like me, because maybe you want to bling out the deck and have all supers. So that's also an option. And then you also get this generic green card, which honestly really sucks. I think you get 2 of them in the starter. This card just sucks. It's not that great. You could keep them, but every player I know has these somewhere, then they don't really end up in any decks. It's just not that great of a card. So, but yeah, that's what you get in the MegaMan starter in terms of like cards. In the Torchman side, obviously you get Torchman himself, his 2 emblem cards, which, if I'm not mistaken, this is a rare and this is a common in the set of Power Up. And then you get this generic red. The only way you could get this card is like Rich Kid. You have to buy the Torchman starter. I believe you get 2 of these, so if you want a play set, you have to buy 2 Torchman starters at a minimum. You might as well get 4 if you want to get a play set of these in foil. But yeah, that's what that kind of looks like. Otherwise, these 2 decks are pretty much filled up with like commons that we'll be looking at from the power-up set. So don't want to really. So yeah, they're going to be coming up in a bit. But I did want to show you sort of the starter deck exclusive cards, which are the foil versions of the emblem cards, and these 2 cards that you get in each start, and obviously the Navi cards. You have to get the starter decks if you want to get these specific cards, right? So just wanted to cover that really quickly. Now we're going to start with the commons of the power-up set. So we'll start with the Navis, because these are really, you're going to get this once, and you really only need to get it once. You're going to get really annoyed quickly because they keep popping up after a while, and there's just no real use for it because you only really need 1 Navi in your deck. So yeah, in this set we have 6 additional Navis on top of MegaMan and Torchman. So we've got Roll, Gutsman, Numberman. Let me make sure I'm showing these correctly so you can see them. And then obviously feel free to pause the video and look at these cards more carefully if you'd like to. And we've got Numberman, who has no effect, just his stat line over here. And we've also got Electman. Let me just put that up here. And then we've got Wacko Man. And last but not least, certainly not least actually, MegaMan, one of the best navies in the game. Definitely a contender, has a great effect. So yeah, lots of people when they get into the game, they gravitate towards MegaMan. And we're gonna see why, because he just has an amazing kit, amazing effect. So, but those are our 8 navies. Let me get the other 2, keep the family here, get the whole family here. But yeah, we've got basically, this is a unique set where we get 8 navies. I believe in the other sets we only get 6. So Grave and Grand Prix, you get 6 navies, but this first set we get 8. So if you're trying to collect for all of them, you've got a lot of work to do. But yeah, we've got 4 good guy navies and 4 bad guy navies, the WWW navies. So yeah, that's kind of what we got here. Let's keep moving. We've got emblem cards for each of these navies, right? So these emblem cards, essentially, if you're trying to build a certain navi, you're going to have to chase after the emblem cards. Not necessarily, but most of the time, that's kind of what the idea is. Like, so these cards that have emblems are very specific to the navi that you're going to be playing. So these emblem cards are scattered across commons, rares, super rares, and ultra rares. So we'll start with the emblem cards just because, like, those are kind of straightforward. I won't spend too much time explaining them because it really is, if you want to play that navi, you're going to want it. And if you're not going to have any use for it. So we'll start with the common versions of the emblem cards. These are the emblem cards you'll find as commons whenever you buy packs. So these are the 2, there's only 1 common for MegaMan. This is 2 for 1. And it is arguably one of the better ones. So if you're playing MegaMan, you'll probably want to fish a playset of these throughout your commons. We've got 2 roll emblem cards. These are commons as well. If you're playing roll, you'll obviously want to fish for these. We've got 2 Gutsman commons that come in the form of resources. I think actually all the navies have resources, so there's no events here in terms of commons, but yeah. And the way you know they're commons, obviously they're not foil, that's one way to know, but there's also a C at the bottom. That'll indicate when you're opening your packs that you have a common in your hand. So yeah, we've got 2 Gutsman commons. We also have 2 Numberman commons. And maybe I'll spread, you know what, let me do it like this so you could get a good nice close-up. So I'll just start that over. We've got the MegaMan common. We've got these 2 roll commons. We've got the 2 Gutsman commons. And we've got the 2 Numberman commons. And now we have comes in as a super rare or not a super rare, but as a foil in the Torchman deck. This is a common here. If you want to play a set of commons, it comes in this form. This is one of them. Then we've got 2 Electman commons. So there we go. And then we've got 2 Colorman commons. 1 green, 1 blue. And last but not least, we've got 2 MegaMan commons. These are really good, so if you're playing MegaMan, definitely you keep an eye out for these. And that's the other one, which is green. So that's our commons in terms of our emblem cards. Let's move towards the generic commons. So these are commons across various colors. In this game, there's red, blue, yellow, and green, and then there's also battle chips. So in terms of, when I say generic, it means you could just use these in any decks. They're not Navi specific, so we'll just go over these really quickly. I'll just give you a close-up of what that looks like. We'll start with the reds, and I'll go into blue, then yellow, and green. So these are the commons you could see in the power-up set. We've got Impressive Battlers, Not Enough Power, really good card. You want to keep these if you find them. They are part of a lot of OTK decks that we will cover in future videos. I actually have one video, the Cyber Hero MegaMan deck profile, that definitely uses this card. So yeah, if you're going to play that deck, you'll want to keep an eye out for this. We've got Pretty Good Move. It's a pretty okay card, actually. Determined. Fiery Knit Navi, really awesome card, really powerful for decks where you want to convert your defense into damage. So if you see these, you want to keep these aside for those kinds of decks. Power Pastries, Rival, Strength Under Pressure, Worthy Opponent, and that's pretty much our red commons for this set. So we'll move on to the blues. I'll show you what those look like. Cool. So we've got, first up, we've got Canceled, Fast and Powerful, Fish on the Brain, Big Trouble, Difference in Power, Great Surprise, one of the best blue resources. So definitely try collecting these when you see them in your packs when you're opening. Handiwork, another really good blue card. Make sure you keep these aside. These next 4 are really terrible, so you can kind of chuck them. You can actually get sad if you pull them in your It's probably the worst cards in the game, to be honest. They're just a little too specific. You got discard a card to cancel a green Blast Destiny. you don't know what your opponent is playing. There are no sideboards officially in this game, so it's like you're kind of taking like putting these in your deck is just assuming that you're going to run into that scenario. There's just better cards that don't have that kind of specificity. So, and these are just like the same card but for like different colors. So I don't really know what Decipher was thinking with these, but yeah, they're in this set and they definitely suck. So you can ignore the next 4 cards. These are just used. If you get like exactly useless 1. There's a useless 4 actually. So yeah, those 4 cards suck. They are unfortunately in the set, but that's what you get in terms of our blue commons. Let's keep moving. Let's do, what are we doing? We're doing yellow next, so let's do yellow. And then green, and then battle chips, and I'll start showing you some of the rare, super rares, and ultra rares. So we've got, these are our yellow commons for the set. Fisher Intervention is okay. Playing Dirty is okay. Technical difficulties, you definitely want to collect these if you're going to start playing yellow. It's one of the best cards in the game because it just destroys a resource, or Destiny as well. You don't need a power gauge either. Phenomenal card, so definitely if you see these, you want to put them aside. These are really, really powerful cards. And if you're building multiple decks, you just want to make sure you have a play set for each of those decks. Cyber Warrior is also an excellent card, so definitely keep an eye out for these if you see them in your pack. Focus is considered just a staple. You could use this in almost any deck because it just lets you power up. You don't have to necessarily play a yellow deck to play these, but it just lets you power up really quickly. And it's like you don't need a power gauge, so the second you draw, you can drop it on the board. Really good card. You can't have too many of these cards, so the more you get, the better. Just anytime you open a pack and you see this, keep it aside. You're going to want to have these. You want to have as many of these as possible. Also an excellent card. It's an emergency. Definitely put those aside if you pull them. And we also have Let 'em Have It, Ready for Battle. Smackdown, also a really staple card because you could just put it in any deck and it gives you the option to, you have to discard 2 cards to use it, but you can destroy 2 of your opponent's resources. So really tremendous card. If you see these, definitely keep them. You can't have too many of these. You want to have as many of this card in your inventory as possible. And then last but not least, Winning Hand, which is okay. But yeah, those are our yellows for the power-up set. We're going to move on to our greens, and then we're going to do our battle chips. So let's do our greens. The greens are not the greatest in this set, but we'll take a look at what we've got anyways. Asking for it, kind of okay. This is actually the best green common in the set. That's too easy. It just lets you take any card from your deck, so really busted. Obviously one of the best reasons to play green. So yeah, if you see these, definitely keep a pile of these. These are it's one of those cards you just can't have too many. There's no such thing as having too many of this card. Uncommon Net Battler, really good card. It's kind of like a Pot of Greed. It just lets you draw 2. So yeah, definitely want to keep a collection of those going. Battle Chip Geek. You burn 2 to draw 3. Another draw card. So good to have a pile of these going if you want to use them in multiple decks. Clever Trick, very okay. Honestly, not that great, but it's not bad either. But just it's not fantastic, in my opinion. Pretty garbage card actually, so you could skip this. Eat More Fish is actually pretty solid. You burn a power to draw 2 cards, so kind of like the junior version of the Battle Chip Geek. Pretty good card. I would keep a pile of these going if you're opening up packs. It's Not Over Yet is one of the best green cards just because it's like it's like a free to play, so you could just drop it as soon as you draw it, and then you could also just get rid of it very quickly. So you could just spend it and then draw a card. So it's really cool like that. It's really flexible. So yeah, definitely keep a pile of these going as you open up your packs. And we got Recharge and Try Again, which honestly kind of sucks. So you could just skip these if you get them in your packs. And then we've got Take Control, which is actually a very excellent card, very similar to It's Not Over Yet. So if you see these, definitely keep a pile of these going. They do tend to pop up in a lot of green decks. And that covers all our greens for the power-up set. We're going to look at our battle chips really quickly. The battle chips are all pretty solid here, and it's hard for me to say whether or not there are some that are objectively bad. I'll point those out. But we've got Air Shot, which is pretty decent. Area Steal, which is pretty decent. Honestly, all the battle chips are pretty decent, so I'll just like kind of show you what they look like, and then just slip them in your decks if you like. We've got Boomer 2, Boys Bomb, Cannonball, Cyber Sword. Guard 1 is one that's objectively bad in my opinion. This just sucks. There's never really a use for it, so don't waste your time thinking. I know it has cool art, but that's the card just really sucks. There's just better ways to boost your defense that don't require you to discard a blue card. So I would just skip this if I were you. Laser Blast, really good. Mega Energy Boom, one of the best cards in blue. It's not a blue resource, battleship per se, because it has no blue requirement, but its effect depends on you having blue resources. So it's really a blue card, just doesn't seem like it. But yeah, great card, great battle chip. Definitely worth keeping a stack of those. Rock Cube, great versatile defense booster. This is a way better card to play than the Meteor one that I just kind of trashed. So this is the one you would rather play, in my opinion. That or, where is it? Air Shot. Those are just way better. They're easier to use, and you can splash them in any deck. So we've also got Time Bomb, which is okay, honestly. I don't think it's the best, but it's not bad either. But depends what you do with it. And we've got a Tornado. Vulcan 1, which is great because it's a generic battle chip. You can put these in almost any deck. And that covers it for our battle chip commons in the power-up set. So yeah, those are our commons. Now we're going to get into our rares. So like the commons, there are a set of rares that are really Navi specific. So I'll just go over those really quickly. We've got Superior Technique and Heightened Defenses, which we already covered earlier in the video. These come as foils in the starter deck. I think it sucks that they give this to us. They give this to us as rares, so it kind of takes up a slot needlessly. But look, if you're playing Mega Man, you want your playset fast, then cracking these packs open and getting these is okay. But you could also just buy the starter again and again, and then have foil versions of these. So, yeah, it's whatever. I mean, it's nice, I guess, but I'm not crazy. Whenever you pull it, we'll pull them in the pack as your rare. It kind of it definitely sucks. It's like the worst thing to get. We've got a Roll rare. We've got a Gutsman rare. A Numberman rare. We've got a Towering Inferno, which is the Torchman. Oh, actually, yeah, we've got 2 Torchman rares, which again, it's like the Mega Man thing all over again. Like, we get these in our starter deck, so it's kind of a waste that they made these rares, but again, it helps you get your playsets faster if you don't want to necessarily buy 4 starter decks. So yeah, but you know, if you pull these in your pack, it's basically a wasted pack in my opinion. So we'll keep moving. We've got this is an Elect Man rare. We've got our Color Man rare, and we've got our Magic Man rare. So those are our Navi rares for the power-up set. We're going to go into the generics in terms of rares. These are rares you could put in any deck, not a Navi-specific deck. So we've got Disaster Strikes, which is okay in my opinion. I don't personally use it very much, but there are decks that are red aggro, and they try to use this to do a clean 10 burn damage, right? It's a very powerful card in that sense. Flush your opponent, a really good card. It does get power crept by like Father Like Son in the next set, but it is a great event that does give you that bounce ability in blue that blue is so famous for. So definitely a good one. If you get this in your pack, you should celebrate. Possibly one of the most broken cards in the game. It's actually banned in tournament play in our Discord server. Great card, makes yellow really dangerous. If you pull this in a pack, you should celebrate. It's a good rare to get. It's definitely better than getting like the Mega Man or Torchman rares, right? Really great card, Drowning. This is part of the White Web Drowning combo, which essentially you play White Web, which is a battle chip that prevents your opponent from drawing, and then you play Drowning and which shuffles your opponent's hand into their deck, and then they can't draw because of White Web. So that's part of that mean combo that you sometimes see in Woodman decks. So definitely, if you pull this, you want to keep a collection of these going, because it does go into that combo, which is really brutal, really powerful. And we also have Upload, which is really unique because it's the first card that lets you take a card from your discard pile. It does get power crept eventually by Gender Differences, Woodman, and even Frozen Out, but it is a good rare to get. I like it. I do still find myself using it in certain decks. It's got a 4 Destiny, which is awesome. You burn 2 power and you simply take any card from your discard pile into your hand. So pretty neat card, a good rare to get. If you see it in your pack, that means it's a decent pack. Next, we've got the battle chips. I should have probably started with these because they're Navi specific, but you know, not the end of the world. But yeah, a lot of the rare slots are also taken by Navi specific battle chips. So we've got Spreader for Mega Man. We've got Bubbler for Roll. We've got Big Hammer 1 for Gutsman. I love this battle chip. It's a meathead card. You just it gives you nice 5 damage plus 1 because of Gutsman's effect. We've got Mini Boomer for Numberman. Heat Shot for Torchman. Thunder 1 for Elect Man. Discord for Color Man. And Invisible for Magic Man, which is one of the best battle chips. It's just such a good battle chip. It's probably one of the big reasons people play Magic Man. It just leans into the effect in the right way. So yeah, great card. It definitely makes Magic Man kind of dangerous. We do have a set of generic battle chips, so we'll go over those really quickly. In terms of rares, you can get these as rares. There is Barrier, which I don't think is really good actually, so this card sucks. I don't look forward to getting this ever. On the other hand, I love Wide Sword. Wide Sword is a fantastic blue card. It totally nullifies any damage coming your way. So if you get these in your pack, definitely keep a pile of these. You can't have too many Wide Swords. Lightning 1, same thing. Great yellow control card. It just burns your opponent's power gauge. So definitely get a pile of these going. If you see these in your packs, that's a good pack. and Longsword, which is also really good. It gives you a +1 for each card in your hand, so there's decks where you just draw lots of cards and then you play this and you get a giant boost, stat boost, right? So those are our battle chip rares in the power-up set. We're getting to the super rares now, so I'll start with the Net Navi specific super rares, which are all the net ops essentially. So we've got Land for MegaMan, Melu for Roll, Dex for Gutsman, Higsby for Numberman, Mr. Match for Torchman, Count Zap for Electman. I really hate this card personally, but it is what it is. Maddie, I love her. She is what makes Wacko-Man so broken, so she's the super rare net op for him in this set. And then we've got Yahoo for Magic Man, also really broken if you're building Magic Man, so he's the super rare and net op for this set for Magic Man. We also have 4 generic super rares. All of them are events and based on a specific color. So we've got Incredible Speed, which is actually very incredible in terms of the damage it can do. You can add 8 to your Blast Destiny, right? So really cool card. If you get this in your pack, you should definitely celebrate. To really, I think it's actually the harder of the 4 to get, in my opinion. So if you get this, good job. You know, you lucked out. System Error. If you've ever played Yu-Gi-Oh, you know what the card Magic Cylinder does. This is essentially that for this game. It's the blue event. It's kind of a surprise sneak attack on your opponent that's trying to do a lot of damage to them. You could send that damage back to them instead. I love this card. If you get this in your pack, good job. This is an excellent card to have. You can't have too many of these. This is a yellow event. It powers you up completely and then burns all of your opponent's power gauge. Totally brutal. Totally sets like you can win games essentially just by playing this once or twice. So yeah, definitely a good card. And we've got the green event, which is perfectly executed. I think it's actually the most seems like the most milquetoast out of all of them, but it's still good. I personally don't use them too much, but it does. Whenever your opponent loses an energy, basically you go for a big hit and then you recharge that much energy that you hit your opponent for. So it can be pretty good. But yeah, those are our 4 super events that are generic in the power-up set. We're going to go into our ultra rares. So we've got our Navi emblem ultra rares. These are, again, like every rarity, there's Navi specific cards. So we've got Buster Blast for Mega Man. I'm actually looking forward to pulling this in today's box. Looking for 2 more of these. I love this card. It's a 7, very unique in the game. And you burn 1 power to draw 4 cards. It's just a beautiful card, and I really like it. It's also really hard, so if you pull this, it's because you got a good box. I think it's one of the harder ultra rares to get, in my opinion. Underestimated is Rolls ultra rare. It's kind of garbage, to be honest, so we won't spend too much time on that. Feel the Thump is Gutsman's ultra rare. Really sick card. It just nukes the opponent's board, honestly, pretty much. Really good card. If you're playing Gutsman, you definitely want to get a couple of these in your packs. We've got Numberman's Ultra, kind of like Rolls. It's kind of garbage, to be honest. We won't waste time on it. We got Fire Factory for Torchman. Sick burn card. It does 12 damage. You lose 12 energy. So if you're playing Torchman, you might want to get a couple of these. You don't necessarily need a playset. Maybe 1 or 2 ought to do. And we've got Shocker for Electman. I love this card. It's just so unique because you actually get to blast twice using your opponent's power gauge. And on top of that, you still can blast with Electman. So I just love this card. Yeah, great card and one of the cooler events and Navi-specific cards. And we got Heartburn for Color Man, which is also really excellent. It's just Wacko. Sorry, did I say Color Man? I should be calling him Wacko Man. Sorry, I keep mixing up the Japanese English names. Wacko Man. Yeah, Wacko-Man's already dangerous enough. This is sort of a cherry on the top. I think you could play the deck without this, but if you get this, it just makes your deck even more fearsome. And Wheel of Magic, the famous Wheel of Magic. Everybody loves this card for obvious reasons. It's 7 Destiny, it's a Magic Man card, and you burn 2 power to take any 2 cards from your deck into your hand. So yeah, just a phenomenal card, and people generally want to start playing Magic Man when they pull this. So yeah, great card. Hopefully we see one in our box coming up. But these are our ultra rares for the power-up set for Navis. We've also got battle chips. So we've got 4 battle chips that come as ultra rares in this set. We've got Counter 1, which honestly is kind of cool in concept, but it's not that practical. I don't really find myself using it too much, so it's nice if you get it, but it's not the best out of the other battle chips that we're about to see. Jealousy is a much better battle chip. You should be a lot happier if you get this. You burn 4 power to make your net Navi strength plus 10. Kind of it's a beat stick, but you know it's that heavy damage card. You know, sometimes you're just going to go for a game. So yeah, if you get this in your packs, you got a good box. Then there's Life Aura, which honestly is considered the best battle chip in the game. There's no way to stop it. It nukes your opponent's hand, and you basically draw a card and recharge an energy for every card they discarded. If you get a box and you pull this, you got a sick box. So maybe, hopefully we'll see this in our upcoming box. We also have M Cannon, which I love. You'll see this card in my Proto Man feature that I did a couple of weeks ago. It's a win con essentially. It just gives you crazy amounts of damage and you just go for the kill. So yeah, if you see this in your box, good job. You got yourself a nice box. And we also have 2 secret rares in the set. They don't look like secret rares because they don't have any foil to them, but they are in fact secret rares. And yeah, I forgot to kind of mention it, but the way you could tell is, you know, there will be R, so that's R for rare. Should have covered this earlier, sorry. So SR is for super rare. And then you got UR for ultra rare. Whoop. Bring that a little closer here. Yeah. And then for the secret rares, they're just asterisks. So, you know, like we'll take it. Let me just get that in the right. Yeah, you see that 1 star 1? That tells you that it's a secret rare. Because otherwise it just looks like a common, which I think is unfortunate. They could have just made it a foil, to be honest. And then 1 asterisk too. But these are 2 secret rares of the set. They're actually very good. I think Clear Victory is the better one if you could try to fish for those. But yeah, if you get these are good. I think if you get a box where you get your Clear Victory, that's a good box. Reckless is good too, but I just prefer Clear Victory because if you don't get Reckless, there's always Smackdown, which is very close in effect. So you don't have. It's not like you can't use a card. It's not like the effect is unique like Clear Victory. There's only really 1 card like Clear Victory, whereas there are substitutes for Reckless. So yeah, those are our 2 secret rares for power up. I think we've covered all the cards, so we're going to get into the box opening part of the video now. So let's get into that. Let me clear the board a little bit here and get started with that. So let me just stack these correctly and make some room for this box that we're going to be cracking open. And that should be fun. Hopefully we get a Buster Blast, a Wheel of Magic, maybe an M Cannon, a Life Aura, maybe a Clear Victory. Those will be cool cards to get. But we'll see. I mean, I do have to say, so this is, I should mention this. Decipher, the company that was responsible for this game, you can see their logo here on the packaging. They were just really stingy with the pull rates. This is not like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you get a fixed number of ultra rares or secret rares per box. You can sometimes get this. You can get dud boxes where you don't necessarily get anything. You might get like 1 super, which really sucks. So that might actually happen. I do want to like kind of like set the expectation. We might get like 2 supers and then a couple of rares. A good box, you get 2 ultras, 2 supers, something like that. But yeah, let's see what we got. Let's crack this bad boy open and see if we can pull some decent stuff. And you know, if not, at least we're having fun cracking open packs. Always a fun time, right? So yeah, let's get started. We're gonna pull out the packs and put them out on the mat here. I'll put this box here for the commons. Just keep it out of the camera view. But yeah, we've got 24 packs to go, so wish me luck. Going for, I want to get that Buster Blast, maybe a Wheel of Magic, maybe a Life Aura, M Cannon. Those would be nice cards to get. So let's get started. We've got 24 packs. I'll put some of these here, and we'll just get going. And I won't waste too much time because I've already kind of briefed you on all the cards you could get in the set, so you know what's coming. And yeah, we'll just like go really quickly with the pack openings. Cool. That's our rare for the set, or for the pack. Put that over here. Pack number 2. Okay, awesome. Great rare. And we got to focus. These are good. Definitely, if you see these, you want to keep these aside. So, but this is a good rare. So we're good on that. That's pack number 2. Let's go to pack number 3. Oh, yeah, Smackdown's good, and that's our rare for the pack. So put that here. Let me make this a little nicer here. So we'll just put our rares here, commons here. We'll put the commons aside in a little box over here. Oh, cool. And I'll put these here so we have a sense of what we've been pulling. Yeah, that'll work better. We'll make a little room over here. And okay, I think that ought to do. All right, cool. Let's keep moving. We're at pack number 4. And Discord, that's a Wacko Man battle chip. Pretty good battle chip. Let's move on to pack number 5. Come on now. All right, what do we got here? We got a roll rare. It's okay. If you're building roll, it's good, I find. But, you know, we want the shiny stuff, so let's get to it. All right, pack number 6. What do we got? We got the mini boomer. That's the number man rare. Okay, we'll just put that over here. Let's keep moving. Ooh, yeah, good rare. Definitely a good rare, so we got that. The rares you don't want to get in this set, like I said, are the foils that you get in the starter decks. Those are just a waste, so we haven't seen any yet. I have a feeling this one, we're going to start seeing them now, so just brace yourself. But let's see what we got here. Ooh, technical difficulties, great card. Definitely keep these if you're starting the game. You want to put these in your yellow decks. Handiwork is good too. Focus is excellent. These are good commons we're seeing. It's an emergency, great common. And Wide Sword, great rare, and fast and powerful. Also a really good blue card. This is a solid pack, man. Oh yeah, I love all the I love everything in here. This is a great pack, so great rare. Let's keep moving. Wide Sword's an excellent card. I love this card. Always play 2 of them in my blue decks. You could check out the Proto Man feature. It's a very blue deck, and you'll see that I run 2 of these just because it totally nullifies the damage that your opponent's trying to do to you. Oh, and another Discord. Okay. As long as it's not the foils from the starter deck, I'm cool with getting a rare that's not that stuff. I just feel that's like such a waste. But we're at pack number 10. Let's see what we got here. Ugh, speak of the devil, right? Flame Brain. Ugh, this is total waste. All right, so that was a dud. Let's go to pack 11. See what we got in this one. Ooh, yes sir, Wide Sword. Love me some Wide Swords. Can never have too much Wide Sword, so I am happy with that. As long as it's not another Flame Brain, I am very happy. Come on now. What are we at? Pack 12, is it? All right, what do we got in pack 12? Focus, excellent. Fast, powerful, great. Ugh, there it is. Another card that you get in a starter deck. Total waste. Total bummer, but it is what it is. Let's keep moving. We're at pack 13 now. Crack this one open. What you got? What you got for me, pack 13? Okay. Magic Block's good. We like Magic Man cards. We love Magic Man cards in this household. So, as long as it's not Flame Brain or Heightened Defense or Superior Technique, I am okay with it. What do we got here? Okay, I'm not crazy about Barrier, but we'll take it. We'll take it. All right, we're at pack 15 and no foils yet. I told you Decipher does this. That's how you know you're playing buying a Decipher product, because the foils are just not, they're scant. You don't really see them, but let's see, maybe it'll come now. Pack 15, what do we got here? Ugh, Thunder one, which is really one of the worst battle chips ever. It's just too expensive. Discard 2 yellow. I want to like it because I like Electman, but yeah, it's just it's a cope to think it's a good card. Let me just see if I can get more space here for the rest of the cards. Yeah, let's like do it like this. Okay, cool. So now I should have the space for all of them. All right, we've got pack number 16 coming up. What are we doing here? Ugh. I hate this. I hate these starter deck cards that take up rare spots. Total waste. Decipher, total waste. As if the pull rates weren't bad enough, they gotta like fill up the rare slots with that kind of jank. But anyways, let's keep moving. We're at pack 17, is it? Ooh, okay. System error. That's excellent. Love system error. Yeah, I'm happy. That's our first foil for the box. Hopefully not our last. All right, so what are we at? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, pack 18. Okay, we're almost done here. What's pack 18 got for us? Oh, we got an upload. Okay, cool. Uploads are cool. We like uploads. We are at pack number 19, is it? Am I doing that right? Yeah. No, pack... Hold on. 6, 18. What the hell? 4, 5. Okay, yeah, we're at yeah, pack 18. What am I talking about? Sorry about that. Ooh, lightning's good. Let me put this. Let's put the packs here actually, and put the rare here. Great. All right, what else we got? We're down to our last 5 packs, so hopefully some ultra rares, something cool. Because I only got 1 foil so far. It's looking a little depressing actually, but these boxes can be like that. I did give you the heads up. Let's see what we got here though. Ugh, Count Zap. I hate Count Zap. I get him all the time, so it's just like, I think it's like my 50th one. So, okay, I guess. Hey, I got a foil, right? I can't complain. I can't complain, I guess. Let's see. Give me an ultra rare. Come on, box. Give me an ultra rare. Give me something cool. Give me a Life Aura or a Buster Blast. That'd be nice. Ooh, love me Shocker. Shocker's a good one. I'm happy. All right, so we got 2 supers and an ultra. Not bad. We didn't get gypped because sometimes you don't get the ultra. So, okay. I guess it's an Electman box because we got the Count Zap and the Shocker. That's okay. I love Shocker. Shocker's a great card. One of my favorites. We are down to 3 packs. Can we get another foil? If we get another foil, it's a good box. It's honestly an okay box, but it's not like, you know. Let's see, what else we got? 3 packs to go. Let's make it happen. Okay, we got a Wacko Man rare. Not the best, but it's, you know, as long as it's not Flame Brain or Heightened Defenses, I'll take it. We're going to do a little shift here, just so there's room for everything to be in the camera. 2 packs to go. 2 packs to go. We got a Gutsman. We'll start with the Gutsman, and we'll end with the roll. It's looking like it'll be a 40-minute video, but, you know, I needed to explain the cards and open packs, so hopefully you're still hanging in and enjoying the video. If you feel like the video is a little long, or if you want me to change up the format, it's my first time doing something like this, so let me know in the comments how you like this video. I'd love to hear from you, and any feedback would be appreciated. But yeah, I figured I'd give you some context on how the pack opening works, or what's in the sets rather, and then we do a pack opening versus me just jumping into opening packs. But you don't, if you're new to the game, you don't necessarily know what we're like fishing for. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. I'd love to hear from you. Ugh, that's what I get for talking so much smack. Superior technique. Okay, what an awful. So I'm not going to hold my breath. I feel like the last pack probably doesn't have anything spectacular. So we'll just crack it open and wrap it up for today's video. Oh, and I should mention that I am definitely doing a Grand Prix and Gray version of this. So this is this power-up set. So you can expect the future video where I do the other sets in a very similar fashion. I might tweak it based on any feedback I get, but yeah, we're going to be taking this kind of approach. All right, last pack. Dud. Total dud. All right, so not a great box in my opinion, but we did get 2 foils and an ultra rare. That is kind of the mid. That's kind of the mid box, honestly. A great box would be 2 ultra rares and 2 supers. But yeah, it seems like we got gypped a little bit today. But we did get the Shocker, which is really cool, and System Error is excellent. The Count Zap definitely sucks. I'm not too happy about that, but it is what it is. But hey, thanks for tuning in. That's today's video. I hope it explained to you sort of like what's in the set in terms of like commons, rares, super rares, ultra rares. You know, sometimes people watch these videos and they want to start collecting, but they don't know which box to get or what to look out for. So I hope this video gave you some insight on which cards to focus on when you open your boxes and your packs. And also I gave you a bit of a sneak peek as to kind of like how to manage your expectations, because it can be a little rough in terms of trying to get foils. So hey, if you want to play the game and you just want to like run proxies, that's totally fine. I actually recommend that. But hey, if you really do want to collect, just know that it could be a bit of a grind just because of the pull rates. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I'm going to wrap it up for now. Again, if you could just show some support and let me know that you appreciate this content and you'd like to see me do more of these, definitely subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment and let me know what you thought about today's video if you had any questions. And I do have a Buy Me a Coffee, like I mentioned, where you can send a donation as little as $1. All of these are ways for you to just let me know you appreciate the content and you'd like to see me do more of them. So that's it for today's video, and I will see you on the next one. Take care for now. Bye.